Kilkenny Arts Festival, took on a craft strand for the first time last year, which was super. In collaboration, sponsorship from the Crafts Council of Ireland, who sponsored the Strand. And we had a really nice exhibition called Sterling Irish, which explored makers from Ireland but are living in the UK, hence the name Sterling, and we exhibited their work in the Castle Yard galleries beside the National Craft Gallery last year. It was a really good success, yeah.
Cool. So, what do you look for when you're putting together something like the craft strand for this year's festival?
Well, this year I wanted to really look at new directions in craft. So I'm actually, now this year we're actually up the game a bit. We're in the National Craft Galleries, which are owned by the Crafts Council of Ireland. So we have their two beautiful spaces this year. And I'm really looking at, as I say, new directions in crafts. So Mah Rana, one of the exhibitors, is in Gallery 1. And her work, she's a conceptual jeweller, so she's looking at the notion of jewellery is intrinsic in our lives and things like that, and it's all about symbolisms and meanings. And so one section of the gallery is just all of her work.
Okay.
And then the other section is an interactive exhibition that she goes around different countries to do, which is called Meanings and Attachments. So she invites people in off the street, basically anybody at all, to come in and be photographed with their favourite piece of jewellery.
Oh, right.
So you might come in with your necklace, your ring, you know, that has special meanings and symbolisms attached to it. And so she photographs you, and she'll be on site on the Saturday, Sunday and Monday, the 7th, 8th and 9th.
That's the opening weekend.
The opening weekend of the festival. She'll be on site from 10 till 5 each day.
So what happens with the pieces?
So basically she'll take a photograph of you, and it's blown up onto an A4 kind of sheet, colour copy, and then we'll have a wall of photographs of people with their jewellery. So it's a really highly interactive experience, and she'll also ask you questions about your jewellery, and that'll be written down as well. So you'll be able to see the written
story
behind
the
pieces, as well as the image of the person itself as well. So it'll be very different for the National Craft Galleries as well.
Yeah.
Really interesting exhibition. Then Gallery 2, I'm really interested in the idea of people using new technologies in their work. So I've invited 14 makers from Ireland and the UK who use new technologies, so like water jet cutting, laser cutting, rapid prototyping, using different technologies to aid their craftry, not as a means of mass production, but just as to really help them push their boundaries with their crafting potential, really making amazingly dynamic forms. So out of the 14 makers, we're including ceramics, jewellery, glass and textiles. 3 of the makers will be making site-specific work. Tactility Factory, they're based in the north, in Belfast, and they literally set textiles into concrete. So the textiles are on a concrete base, but they're extremely tactile. And it's an architect and textile designers that work together in this company. And so they're making 3 wall panels for Kilkenny Arts Festival. Another maker, another textile designer, Rachel Kelly, she has a company called Interactive Wallpaper, and she's based in Cumbria. You saw the images?
I've seen the images.
Yeah, they're fabulous. So on
it's laser and CAD cut drawings for wallpapers and stickers.
Yeah, and then she does stickers as well. So she's not actually doing any wallpaper first as such. It's mainly the CAD cut and laser cut stickers.
Yeah.
So she's doing a piece just basically for one of the windows that will go from the window onto the wall, one of the large windows in the National Craft Gallery. So she's designing that and making it as we speak. So that would be really, really interesting. It would be really eye-catching for the public as well. And another maker, Jenny Leary, she's based in London, and she makes these amazing magnetic wall panels, textiles and and magnets, and she's making an interactive piece in one of the sections of the gallery where people will be encouraged to come and take off sections and place them in different parts, and that, because they're all magnetised. So that'll be really interesting. Other makers in the exhibition, the ceramic artist is really interesting. CJ O'Neill, she's based in Manchester, and she's actually one of the makers from last year as well. But her work really fits into this year's brief as well. And she water jet cuts into vintage china and Delft, and she's making a really nice set for us this year. And the other ceramic artists are using other technology like laser cutting for molds. Katie Blunell is doing that, and two other makers are using rapid prototyping, and then the molds basically being made in papers and things like that, and then they're being formed into the ceramic pieces. That'll be really interesting. The glass artist Vanessa Cutler is based in Swansea, and she does water jet cutting, and it's repeated layers of identical pieces all joined up together. That would be really nice as well. Out of the other makers, the two jewellers, Rachel McKnight is based in Belfast, and she's one of the stars of the Irish jewellery scene at the moment. But she's making really nice, amazing little diamond rings made out of perspex, and so she laser cuts them, and little lace bangles as well. But we're going to have multiples of them, and they're going to be put on a wall, basically. So there'll be lots and lots of her pieces. So come and buy, because they'll be really good value. And the other jeweller, Lynn Murray, is based in London, and she does amazing rapid prototyping, combining with very handcrafted work as well, and materials. So it's a lovely combination of using handcraft and new technologies in all of the makers, really. The other textile makers, Liz Nielsen, is using laser cutting in her work, repeated units as well. Aoife Ludlow is based in Belfast as well, and she's using a combination of laser cutting and new technology. Just on Strand, 2 exhibitions of the whole thing. Ceramics Ireland are hosting their International Ceramics Festival, and that'll be in one of the Castle Yard galleries this year. And highlights from that is Walter Keeler from the UK, Sarah Flynn from Ireland, and other international makers. That'll be a really nice exhibition. Made in Kilkenny are a group of 26 makers from Kilkenny, and they'll be showing in the Butler Gallery. And there's also an exhibition in Grenville Craft School in Thomastown, which will be highlighting people like Lucinda Robertson, the glass maker, and Lorna Donnellan, textile maker. So that'll be really interesting.
Am I right in that you're leading a discussion on the opening weekend?
Yes, on the Sunday at 2 p.m. I'll be leading a discussion in the National Craft Galleries, where I'll be talking about both exhibitions, but also Mah Rana will be talking about her work, and other artists that will be around that weekend will introduce their work also. So it'll be very informal, walk around the galleries, and then the artists will be there to answer questions and that from the public. It'll be really good. I don't know, I think we're looking at new directions in craft this year. I think it'll be a really exciting mix of makers using conceptual craft and new technologies with old techniques as well. Really, really good crafting. I think it'll just be a really exciting, eclectic mix of people and materials and objects in really amazing dynamic forms. And that's probably like 5 sentences.
And it's all free, so there's no excuses.
And it's all free, and there's children's programme on the Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday in the National Craft Gallery as well, from 2 to 4. There's children's workshops as well. That's free.
Great. Well, Angela, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks a million.